This is Dan and the future holds crypto. In this video I want to talk about not FOMOing in again and about some misconception about the XRP chart and the potential, and also about Ripple and XRP. Well, let's start with the idea of FOMO. Basically, as I said in the previous video, it's very important not to FOMO in. So basically, try to invest when there's fear in the market, not when there's greed. And this is basically very hard to do because one thing, of course, in crypto is that the awareness is not necessarily out there yet. So the more it grows, the more the awareness grows. So possibly there were a lot of people in 2017 who heard about crypto for the first time when the mainstream media started to talk about Bitcoin, for example, because it surpassed $10,000, and then basically a lot of people went in and didn't study the fundamentals, didn't study the cycles and everything, and expected that it will go to $1 million overnight, and then got very upset when the market went down and corrected again. So one thing that you need to look at is the state of the market. So if you I'm gonna try to find the fear. Okay, this is the crypto fear and greed index. Remember the crash from March, February to March, throughout May? I bet you do. It is also related to the global event, the situation that we have now with the bear flu. But it was a huge crash, and the fear was huge in every market out there. And as you see, basically before that, you had the 65 index, greed index. You can Google it. Crypto fear and greed index is easy to find. And when the market crashed, also the fear increased a lot. So you can see here now it's 43, and it's all still considered fear, by the way. We're here right now. Imagine before the last dip, we were 75. That was already near extreme greed. In any case, when I remember, I actually bought a lot when we were here, and it was hard. I mean, you have to go against your feelings, because of course your natural feeling will be to be scared as well as the other people on the market. So basically, if you have the possibility, it's best to buy against your fears, or buy the fear, as they say. In my case, I bought my own fear as well. So whenever as Warren Buffett says, buy when there's blood on the street, and definitely it kind of was in this gap here, in this dip over here. If I think about it, I can try to find an indicator in the trading view as well. I think this is it. It loads a little bit slower. March. Okay, you can see here how the grid also went down. It's a different indicator, it's different numbers, you can see this, but it had a major drop here, and it started to grow on, and now we have a retest here. So You can also find this indicator in the trading view. It's a little different than the other one. You can try to look at them together, but certainly take this into consideration. Try not to FOMO in, and also try not to sell when it's low. So that's the basic mistake that people usually do and lose money in the process. They buy when there's greed on the market. So basically the price is already up. So let's say you were here somewhere here, and you found about from mainstream media that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are the new wave, huge gains. You bought it here. And then it started to go down. This is the total market cap, which is quite, if you look at it, it remained quite okay. This is a little bit more realistic. So you bought here, and then you are upset you got here at one point. Okay, if you try to avoid this, it will be much better for longer term, and also think about longer terms. Don't think you're gonna get rich overnight. Try to study a little bit the market cycles, and from what I've seen, there are a lot of theories out there, but from what I've seen, most of the cycles are actually dictated by the Bitcoin halving, which happened at 4-year periods. So I think that the cycles are moving around those halving dates. Okay, I think we'll come back to this later. I'm going to remove this indicator for now. Main thing is not to buy when there's greed and then sell here, because of course you're going to lose money, right? You're going to buy here and you're going to get upset because you didn't think long term. You're going to sell here, and of course it will bounce back and you're going to be upset on the cryptocurrency in general. You're going to blame cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Don't do that. Also, there are cases when you invested in one cryptocurrency and let's say XRP that goes like this. This is a total market cap, is different, but let's say there's one cryptocurrency that go like this, but a fresh one that has a very small market cap is hugely increasing like this overnight. Let's say like this, while yours is going down or actually low in value. You will have the tendency to think about selling here, even if you bought here, and moving to this one. But you don't know when the correction is gonna come for that one. So basically, you have to be patient. Don't chase other assets. You won't be able to learn about all the cryptocurrency out there. There are thousands of projects. It's very hard to keep track and find the legitimate projects with a good team, good community, and good potential, basically. So stick with your strategy. Don't change your strategy based on your emotions or fear of missing out. Okay, that's one side of the story. It's very important for new people that get into this market to understand that. Look into cycles as well. Think long term, not overnight. Whenever it dips again, there are a lot of memes in this space. Like, I keep buying the dip because it dips slow further. It's usually no problem. But if you understand the market cycles, you will have a better idea on when to buy at lower rates. Or you cannot find the bottom. It's impossible to predict the bottom or the high, the peak. But you can certainly try to find the best places to buy, and that's the good strategy to have over time. To whenever you have some money put aside, when there's a dip, a big one, you can buy more and basically reduce your average, your buying average. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that there are a lot of people saying that no, we had this very big increase in the last cycle in 2017. We already are at more than $250 billion now. If you look at it, it's $330 billion. And it's very hard to go much higher than this right? So yeah, it's a lot of money, and if you think about it, especially for us normal people, those numbers are huge. However, try to step back, try to see what those number represents on a global scale. It's nothing. It's still the beginning, and you'll see why. Uh, this is website, all of the world's money and markets in one visualization. This is a very interesting website that I've found in another YouTube channel that I follow. By the way, at one point I'm gonna list the channels the top 10 channels that I watch, because I learned a lot from those guys. And this is a very interesting website that actually helped me a lot to improve my perspective on at what step we are in right now with cryptocurrency. So look at this dot, right? This is silver, represents it's a little bit outdated because in the last couple of months it increased again with all of the markets. But it's close to reality, and when you talk about these numbers and this, it's irrelevant because they are so big. It doesn't matter. So this is silver, which is a tiny dot here with $43 billion. The cryptocurrency here, it's at that point it was $244 billion. As you can see, Bitcoin, small dot, the small. Small dot here, golden dot, or what color is that? And the other 5,000 coins are smaller than Bitcoin. So, and then you go to other departments like military spending, right? The military spending is as you can see here, it's about 3.8 trillion. The coins and banknotes, it's around 6.6 trillion. Fed's balance sheet, and this is actually outdated, but it's close to reality. This was added since January 2020 because they printed a lot of money, 6 trillion, and probably they'll print more soon. This represents the total value of 7 trillion. With the world's billionaires. Well, look at this. And now look at cryptocurrency again. Right? So the world's billionaires, cryptocurrency, it's so small. And this is just the beginning. By the way, these guys over here increased their net value a lot in the last few months when the market grew again. So look at gold. Gold, it's 11 trillion, probably it's a little bit more now. We can verify, but you can do that on your own. Look at this one. Now look again at cryptocurrency. I'm gonna play around like this. So Fortune 500 and stock markets. Actually, look at stock markets. Stock markets represent a total value of almost $90 trillion. Yeah, 90 trillions, not 19, $90 trillion. Look at this. Now, let's go back and take a look at the cryptocurrency. What do you see here? Just a tiny speck on the stock markets. And also think about the biggest companies. Only one company now is worth much more than the entire cryptocurrency market. I think Amazon went above 2 trillion and Apple as well. Think about it, that one company, just one, is more than 6 times bigger than the entire cryptocurrency market. Just one. Now look at the entire stock market. Now let's go to the money supply. This money supply is the total value of the world's easily accessible money. It's about 35.2 trillion. The global debt, which increased actually to more than 260 in the meantime, is 260 trillion, right? Look at this one. Look at how all of these dots here that represent the money, right? Global real estate, that's another $280 trillion, right? Look at this. I'll go back to cryptocurrency to see it again. Maybe you get the picture. Okay, look at this again. Now, look at the global debt, look at the global real estate. Yep, we're very, very early. The adoption didn't start yet. It will be huge when it does. Global wealth. You can go on this page and look on what each one represents and into more detail on your own. I'm going to leave the link there. But look at the global wealth. It's around another 360 trillion. Derivatives. It's 558 trillion. My finger hurts from scrolling, by the way. Yeah, you want to go back to cryptocurrency? Okay, so notional value $1 quadrillion. Okay, let's have the final comparison to cryptocurrency. I think you got the picture, right? So we are very, 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 very early. Whenever you know the pizza guy or whatever, it's a famous tweet with a guy saying that something in the lines of he's regretting selling his Bitcoin at $8 now that it's 16. Well, and people are thinking probably that it's already too late to get into this market. It's not. I think it's only the beginning. Would it have been better if we went in earlier? Of course, but it's easier to say than to do. I mean, it's easier to judge based on the past facts. So I think this covers this subject itself. One other thing, let me think about the next subject. I wanted to underline again that this is the year of cryptocurrency, and Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, actually said it. It's funny how that guy seems to always get it right. Well, the U.S. government actually gave the green light to banks to custody cryptocurrency. That should have been named the World Cryptocurrency Day or something like that, because from this point on, it's not a question of if or it's just a question of when and how much. That's it. I mean, from now on, the adoption can only increase. Until this point, the cryptocurrency values, all of them, are based on speculation alone. They don't have any utility at all for now. Okay, you can argue that Bitcoin has the store of value and stuff like that, which is similar to gold, but no other utility. And there are a lot of projects out there that are working on to improve processes on different domains, and are still waiting for regulation clarity for big clients and banks to be able to use it, and for other people to adopt it. So it's going to happen. It's actually happening before our eyes. Let's see. The next one, reminder, Kraken was named the first crypto exchange to get the US banking license. This is just the beginning. The crypto adoption is here. It will happen soon. Okay. And now I think I'm gonna dive in a little bit into Ripple and XRP. So first of all, I'm not going to get into a lot of details on what is Ripple, what is XRP, because there are a lot of other good YouTubers that can do this much better than me, and I will direct you to them. But basically, Ripple is using XRP in its products and one of its goals is to improve cross-border payments, and actually to revolutionize cross-border payments. and that's just the beginning. But let's focus on that for the moment. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that PayPal is, I think it's also confirmed that the rumors that it will be integrating with crypto. So everybody is getting into the boats. Everybody wants now a piece of the pie. Okay, so Ripple, one thing that I want to start with Ripple is that Ripple has 300 plus financial institutions across 40 plus countries across the entire world. What crypto company or do you know of that you can say something similar about? No, this is Ripple. I mean, there's a lot of hate here. Most of the hate it's related to different subjects. Some of it is that it's working with the bank, with the man. It's like compared to other cryptocurrencies that are trying to get rid of the man or the banks. I get the theory behind decentralization and getting rid of the banks and having more control or taking control from them. And to some degree, Ripple will do that. Don't worry about that. However, to think that banks will disappear overnight and you don't have to work with them to improve the system, that's, from my perspective, it is not very mature. So Ripple took the mature path here to work with the system, to improve it, and to change the world, because that's the first step. Other than that, we'll see what happens after that. But I think they went with the correct approach here. And don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against Bitcoin or other projects. I'm not one of those guys that are only into one asset or in love with Bitcoin and hates everything else or on other assets in general. So I can certainly appreciate the value in all the projects that bring it, right? And you should do the same. Don't keep an open mind. Don't be stubborn. So that's one aspect of Ripple that you have to consider, and they're getting new partnership week by week, right? And you're gonna say probably that's yeah, but it's not reflected on the price. I mentioned before, for the moment, utility didn't kick in. Everybody's waiting for the regulatory clarity, regulation clarity. So after that, when on-demand liquidity goes live, we'll probably see it. But until then, it doesn't matter because it's speculation alone and it follows the market in general. Okay. So let's walk a little bit on the website here. And as I said, don't want to go into details. But XRP is the digital asset built for payments. This is what Ripple uses because they're different. Ripple and XRP are not the same. And actually, XRP was not even created by Ripple. It was created by a company before that and gifted to Ripple afterwards when it created, because some of the owners from the previous company, I think it was OpenCoin or something like that, gifted it to Ripple, and some of the owners or co-founders entered Ripple's in the beginning. So XRP is a digital asset built for payments, and that was the mission from the beginning. And it can settle transaction in 3 to 5 seconds. XRP can be sent directly without needing a central intermediary, making it a convenient instrument in bringing two different currencies quickly and efficiently. And to that matter, it's actually it will be very important for bridging different assets. We're hearing more and more about central banks' currencies, digital currencies, and it's gonna happen. I mean, it's not a question; it's gonna happen. A lot of central banks will hold digital currency or their own currency. But how do you transfer value between that? Because you'll need an intermediary party, and this, I think, and XRP, Ripple and XRP, I think that have a good potential here. I'm not saying they will be 100%. Nobody knows that for sure. But from what I'm seeing in the news, it has a very good chance of being so, or playing a very important role into that. So going back a little bit, going down, look at this transaction settlement time. XRP is fast. Bitcoin, it takes 60 minutes. Litecoin, it takes 10 minutes. Ethereum, it takes 2 minutes. XRP, it takes 4 seconds. It's also scalable. It has 500 transactions per second, and of course, it works 24/7, 365 days per year. And it can be scaled to handle throughput as Visa, and that's more than 24,000 transactions per second. Actually, no, 6,500 transactions per second. Okay, that's that's a big number. It can be scaled to that, and this is directly from the Ripple side. It is probably 1,500 because for the moment it's they didn't feel the need to scale it up, but probably it can be scaled easily. As you can learn from with each startup or each new company, you don't you have to create a good architecture, a good basis, but you don't have to invest from the beginning in things like this, because you need adoption first, and then you can scale and think about things like this and invest in things like this. It is distributed and decentralized. A lot of people here are saying, yeah, but Ripple owns more than half of the supply. Yeah. However, for Bitcoin, in comparison, miners can 50% of the miners or something like that are controlled by China. Each project has something like this, and if you think about it, Ripple has a plan, and he has followed it from the beginning. It made it public. How it will go back, how it will they will give this money back in the market. They have until now they didn't go further away from the plan. So from my perspective, they're very trustworthy, it's compared to, they're not using so much energy needed for mining or stuff like that, because everything is pre-mined. Okay, so this way, they also say here it's eco-friendly because the energy costs are very little. So look again at the XRP metrics: 3.85 seconds for settlement. The transaction fee is almost inexistent. You can say it's free. So this is one of it. Wanted to, you know what, to go a little bit on how XRP will be used in the on-demand liquidity. Let me see if I can. Okay. Look at this. So basically, whatever in currency you are using or asset you are using to transfer from one place to the other, you can use XRP. So what happens here? Let's say you have $1,000. You want to send from one country to another. You go to the digital asset exchange. You use $1,000 to buy XRP. You have the XRP now worth of $1,000. You send the XRP to this digital exchange. This exchange sells this XRP to the whatever currency you want to get on this other side. And that's it. It's very fast. And people will say, yeah, but cryptocurrency is volatile. It takes a couple of seconds. It's actually less volatile than sending it through SWIFT. That takes more than 3-4 days. So this is certainly something that can improve the payments in general. So Swift is a system that was created in the 70s, and it's hasn't been improved much since then, and it takes more than 4 or 5 days to get the money from one place to the other. You don't know what state the money is in. You don't know exactly when you're gonna receive it. You have no idea when you send money from one place to the other. And there are a lot of jokes in this industry. Let's say that the fastest way to get money from New York to London is put it in a case on a plane and fly it to London. It's much faster than using transfers. And actually, I've seen this in a US official presentation recently. They're making fun of Swift publicly now, and it's time for a change, and certainly it will. And if you look here in the, I'm also following the IMF. So I've seen this in one day. They posted 2 tweets here. And it's during this pandemic it's very important to send money fast to have liquidity, right? So it's important to have to send liquidity from to have liquidity and send money fast from one part of the world to the other. And there, as you can see here, they are also mentioning this here. And in the same day, I think, September 19th, they're also talking about, again, remittances. The money which overseas workers send back home are crucial source of funding for many low-income families. Against backdrop of the pandemic, they need the money. The need of money is acute. Who specializes in remittances and fast payments? Ripple. And I'm telling you, they have a good chance to be a part of this change. Let me look at. There's another funny video where Brad Garlinghouse speaks with. I'm not sure. I've never tried to share with sound from the desktop. I probably won't do it this time. I'm gonna test first because this is a video made from one try only, so I'm not gonna post edited. This is a very interesting aspect here. It's actually from a while back. In crypto assets in the future. So there's a question. They're over here. That's easier. That's Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Liverpool, and that's someone from the legal department from IMF. And the public question there is if IMF is going to hold crypto, and this guy is very happy for the question. And this guy is very comfortable, and you can see his face. The legal department is supposed to be very conservative about these things. He says that he's from the legal department and he's conservative. And basically, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He knows something. He definitely knows something. Look at the body language of both of them. He actually says that he's gonna say what IMF is gonna do. In the end, basically, what this guy says from IMF is that IMF will hold crypto after one country will use a cryptocurrency as national currency or something like that. So it's close because we have. I actually forgot. There are a lot of big projects on the move right now on a national scale. Have you ever heard about the digital yuan? Yeah, China is working on a digital currency, and so is US as a response to China. So basically, they want to create digital currencies for yuan and dollar. Europe as well is working on a digital euro, and so forth. So it's close. It's close. This guy is saying that when a country is gonna use a crypto or a digital currency as national currency, and this is happening. This is in the works. So this was actually from I think last year or something like that. So this famous quotes from Brad Garlinghouse. The IMF. Remember, I'm from the legal department, so I should be very conservative about these things. Brad Garlinghouse. Maybe I should tell what the IMF is going to do. This guy is determined. What can I say? Or he knows something. And yeah, they're working on digital currency. Yeah, of course, it won't be decentralized. It won't have the same benefits of using the cryptocurrencies in general, the good ones, because the government will have more control on your money. That's for sure. But it will certainly help with the adoption of cryptocurrency in general. Okay, that's one thing. And what I want to show next here. When I mentioned that you don't have you can send how money is sent from one place to the other by sending actually XRP and transforming XRP on both sides, that actually will help to get rid of Nostro and Vostro accounts. And if you know what that is, or you can just Google it, but the terms Nostro and Vostro are used mainly by banks when banks keeps money at another bank. So basically there are a lot of banks that keep money in other places, especially for these types of international transfers. We are living in 2020 and this happens, right? This is the idea behind all of it. We need to transfer to the internet of value. Now we are in the internet of information, but we are transferring information very fast from one place to the other globally. This value is different, is very different, and we are very far, not far. We were far away from it, and certainly this can actually transform it, and we can go and create the internet of value, right? And this, I think, we are looking at the birth of it. We are looking at the first steps. This is. I think the cryptocurrency is basically like internet was in the 90s. We just have to find Amazon, Microsoft, Google of the bunch. And by the way, there's what was the ESON? There was okay. I'm looking about on the new ISO for 222 2022. It's a standard, the emerging standard for global payments. This is an emerging standard for global payments, and guess who is already accredited part of this standard? You guessed it, it's Ripple. Okay. Now I want to get back a little bit to look on the chart. Okay, go to. I'm on a trading view. I'm gonna pick Poloniex exchange because it has a lot of history. It's from 2014, late 2014. And I want to talk a little bit about the graph here. It's I'm choosing. By the way, I am actually recommending this. I don't like this part. I don't like using the regular one, and you know why? Because it's very misleading. Look at this part. This part here, the Ripple was 0.003, and the growth until here. It's not well represented here, I think, because you have the tendency to think that this growth is bigger than this one, and I don't think it's true. I actually is not true. So people are actually misled by the how the graph looks on itself. So I'm gonna go on logarithmic because I think it's much closer to reality. And what I'm gonna show here, and there are a lot of people that actually are hating XRP because probably they bought when it was here or close to here, and there was a long way down here, and it's more than 90% retracement. And a lot of people have think that it went back to the value before the bull run, but because they're not very they didn't actually do their own research, they didn't see that actually the bull run for XRP started in the beginning of 2017. Actually, it was February to March, when it has the first big pump. Actually, this pump is bigger than this one, right? So in look what the date is here. It's 7th of March, right? So on the 7th of March, XRP was 0.005. Remember this, 0.005. It went up to about 30 something cents. Look at the percentage. 7,000% up. That's 70x. It went up 70x. If you had $1,000 invested here, you already had $70,000. Remember this, right? Okay, after a couple of months, it went to the with another cycle, and that's only well, we are in crypto. It's funny. You can say only 24x in crypto because 24x is a freaking lot, but the second is 24x. The retracement here happened on the second pump. It kept the first one, the most of the first one, which was huge. By the way, the combined from here to here is 640x. 640x. Yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. When somebody tells you that XRP went down 90% and it went down to the value before, no, it did not. It actually went to the value after the first pump. Look here, it's after the first pump. Remember this. It kept this part. So another thing that I want to mention here is that you need to look at the entire market. I've seen a lot of articles trying to bring hate on XRP when it's let's say when we had this crash here in March, right? Well, XRP is crap because it has this. Yeah, look at the entire market. You can see that everything went down at that point. Gold, S&P 500, everything went down. Dow Jones, everything. It was a bloodbath in all the markets. So another thing that I want to underline here is the timing and the cycles. From what I've seen, basically the cycles are kind of dictated by the Bitcoin halving events, and this is one halving that happened in 2016, and this is the one that happened in May 2020. So I won't get in all of the theory and all the previous cycles, but it seems to be related to this, and there are many theories here. Definitely, I think this has a major influence on the cycles and how the market reacts. And what I'm saying here is that look at the timing. So imagine that a similar point in time would be somewhere here. This is a little bit outdated, or somewhere here, let's say. And we are here, let's say in 2016. It's easy to look back now and whoa, look at this pump, man. Look how fast it went up. But imagine the people that were here investing here, or maybe invested here or here, invested here, right? Probably they were pissed off, right? But you think that, okay, it went up fast. If you were here right now, or the people that were here didn't think that at that point. So let's zoom in. This is a daily chart, so right? This every candle is a day. Remember that we are linear creatures and live moment by moment. So it's very hard for us to perceive things differently. So you're just a tiny dot riding this bam 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 bam. It's very slow and painful process for if you don't have the patience or don't accept the ride. It's a ride. It's a roller coaster. I think the best thing we can do is to try to keep lowering the average, find dips like this, dips, and accumulate more, because at one point in the future it will be funny when we talk about accumulating and trying to accumulate at 20 cents, 30 cents, when it will be at much higher prices, and you will say that it didn't matter. So okay, that's what I'm. So look at this part. This is the halving here. So when the first pump happened, it was after 270 days. 270 days this year after the halving would bring us somewhere around January or beginning of 2021 or the end of 2020. If the history repeats itself and or it rhymes, because it doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And if it has two pumps, and I believe it will have two pumps, this is just a hunch. Don't quote me on this, but probably will have second two waves as well. So the first pump will be somewhere by the end of the year or beginning of next one, and we'll have a second one after second half, after the half of the 2021 or by the end of 2021. So keep that in mind. Don't think about it in cycles. And there are some theories that actually say that the cycles extends in time because the market grows, and it's possible. I don't know. I don't think it will extend or it extends, but there are a lot of good theories out there, and mathematically make sense if you look at the progressions and stuff like that. Also bear in mind that the situation globally right now is not very stable. So we have this pandemic, and it influenced the economy a lot, and it's not finished yet. It's just getting started. We have no idea how it will evolve. It's very possible we might get into another crash, on the stock market crash. It depends on a lot of factors: the elections, the money printing, what happens in the globe. The IMF is talking publicly about a global financial reset. Let's Google for it. Yeah, okay. That was a simple Google, right? The Great Reset. The world needs. They said that it needs one. They're talking publicly about this. So there are a lot of moving pieces that are in the works. Whoever tells you that they know what prices when a crypto asset will reach, don't believe them. Don't believe them. They're just speculations, and actually, as I'm doing right now, there are a lot of factors in. But if the cycles continue, we'll might have two cycles by the end of this year and the end of next one. So keep that in mind. I mean, don't expect to buy and be rich overnight. Have a plan. Have a strategy. Don't chase other assets that are growing. Don't change your strategy based on emotions. Try to buy the fear and sell the greed. It's very hard to buy the fear. Trust me, it's very hard, but you can do it. It's you just have to let go, and there's a lot of let's say not FUD, but stigma on this. I mean, you don't want to do some certain things when you're talking about taking risks, and you might have the impression that people are judging you and stuff like that. I mean, you have to go past that. One thing that you need to try to find out to do is do what the 1% does, or the not the what the 99% of the people do. I think that I covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. I'm certainly forgot something on the way, but we can always do another one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly hope that my videos would improve in time. This is my second video, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.